Hello, everybody, and welcome to Atheist Sunday School, your one-stop shop for everything Atheist Sunday and School.
I am Ruben.
And I'm Lawrence, and our guest today is D, and he goes by AdFriendly as fuck now. Say hello, D.
Buenos dias, senor. What is up?
So we're sorry for the tardiness.
We have no idea what happened.
We were having some really weird technical issues.
Yeah. I still am not entirely certain what was the problem, and I am also not entirely certain what fixed the problem.
Yeah.
Again, this is the most frustrating thing that can happen to a technician.
Yeah, it was, the screen just kept blacking out at random times. With
If it happens, let us know, because I'm trying to make sure it doesn't, but, like, I'll say something, obviously.
Yeah, if, because we have no idea what's going on. We checked all the connections, and...
Maybe we're cursed.
We could be cursed.
Maybe we've been cursed by God for our blasphemy.
You know, maybe it was the third time I unplugged a cord and plugged it back in that made the difference.
That's third time's a charm. I don't know, but hopefully it stays up throughout this whole thing, because that was really frustrating.
Agreed.
We can hope.
Yeah, we can hope. So, I guess let's get started with the 100-point show.
Oh,
Yep.
man, that's
So today with the 100-point show, I'll begin
Okay.
because I have a great 100-point question.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
What is that?
All right. What classical school of Greek philosophy struggled the most in its efforts to refute the Sorites paradox?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Aristotelians.
No.
Damn.
All right.
Okay, what's your answer, D? Do you got one?
I'm like, what the hell is that, dude?
That's a great answer.
That's my answer.
Unfortunately, neither of you got it right.
Darn.
So neither of you gets the 100 points.
Damn.
But it is the Stoics.
Ah, okay.
Stoics talked a lot about
right.
the Sorites paradox.
Well, I got one. Which Greek author wrote the Bacchae?
Great.
Bacchus.
What's your answer?
I'm gonna go with George Carlin.
The answer is Euripides.
Ooh, Euripides.
So
Yeah.
close.
He's
He's not George Carlin.
No, that's not a real myth,
Oh,
though.
well,
if
whatever.
it's written by Euripides.
Whatever. All right. D, do you have a 100-point show question?
Do I have a 100-point show question? Damn, I wish I would have written something down.
No. Being unprepared is part of the 100-point show.
I woke up 45 minutes ago.
So did we.
Shit. I don't have a question that's worth 100 points.
Nothing's
Oh,
worth it.
the points don't matter.
The points don't matter. That's the point
Oh,
of the
they
show.
don't? All right, then I guess my question would be, I don't know, subjective. What is your favorite Bible story? I guess I don't know. That's pretty cliche, but
How can we get 100?
3 points. to get
Obviously.
We both get 100 points.
Everyone gets 100 points for having a favorite Bible story.
And my answer is Cain and Abel.
I like the Samson and Delilah story.
All right, that was a great 100-point show, guys.
Yeah, we finally
guys are
got
rich
100 points.
Yeah, we're amazing.
Guys are indisputable
Finally.
champions now.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, since we've got some viewers now, let's begin with the show. We've got me, you, and our guest reading today. I've got the King James Version of the Bible.
I have the English Standard Version.
And I am reading from BibleHub.com's New American Standard.
New American Standard. Okay, that's
Excellent.
That's a good. And we also have two more translations here. We have the Holy Scriptures. I'm not gonna go on with the rest of that. And then,
Damn it.
and then the New King James Version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also useful. Also the New Interpreter's Bible Old Testament Survey and the Oxford Companion to the Bible.
Yes.
If we need them.
Yep. So I guess I don't have any announcements.
No?
Really?
Uh,
Nothing?
No. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, I do have one thing.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys heard, but the Non Sequitur show got a strike, a copyright strike, for they did a video on, like, they had someone talk about the lost city of Z or something like that, and there was a documentary produced in the UK that was called that, but they used no footage from that. It had nothing to do with that, but the company that posted the documentary gave them a copyright strike because they were like, oh, well, it has the name of something we did, so it's gotta have, like, some of our content in there. So they lost their streaming capabilities.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. So on Tuesday, assume, like, I don't know if they're gonna be able to stream again or not, but assuming they get the copyright strike removed, I will be on the show with Bennerson Little, a pirate historian, and we're gonna be talking about pirates. But if they don't, then we're gonna record on Tuesday night, but then it'll be posted the next day. So, yeah, it's some bullshit.
Ouch.
So if you look through all of the non-secular show, like, tweets this morning, it's all about it's all about, you motherfuckers, fucking take away this strike. They used nothing from you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
absolute
wow.
BS.
It's just hate.
Yeah,
against
it's just
YouTube.
like they just assumed that there was some footage in there, and they fucking copyright claimed them.
It's an algorithm.
Yeah, so they lost their streaming services. But either way, this week you can see me and Bennerson Little on the Non Sequitur show.
However that's presented.
Yeah.
Well, that's excellent. And I guess, why don't we have our guests talk about themselves?
Oh, yeah,
for our
yeah.
audience?
Tell us a little about yourself and what you do.
Oh, a little bit of shameless plugging. Well, I work a soulless factory job, 40 hours a week. And when I'm not doing that, I am just playing video games, maybe uploading some videos to the YouTubes on my channel, AdFriendly as fuck. I like to cover the news or just whatever strikes my interest, and I don't have any reservations about using profanity or having, like, gross metaphors, you know. So that's my style.
Good.
So
Excellent.
if you're into that.
Hooray.
All right. So today we are going over Judges chapters 9 through 12, and this does contain a very good story in it.
Wow, really?
We're covering Jepthah today.
It's not just a list, huh?
Not just the list, but we are covering Jepthah today. I also pulled up some scholarship. We got a commentary, got some commentary stuff, and then I pulled up something from John Van Setter's. I forget what the book is called, but it's in Search of History, Historiography, in the Ancient World, something like that.
Yeah, another history
I
in
forget
there.
the full title, but I pulled up some stuff that we'll get to
should
later.
have the word history in there at least 3 times. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess I'll start with this behemoth of a chapter, 57 verses long.
Ouch.
Ah, man.
Chapter 9.
You know, I was
Judges.
looking through the chapters after I already decided on them, and I looked at the first one. I was like, ooh,
Sorry.
Ruben's not gonna like that.
Yeah.
No one does.
No, I'm not. Ugh. All right. Chapter 9. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them, and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether is better for you, either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you.
So hold on. I just want to point something out here. So for your verse 2, it gives you Oh, never mind.
Oh, come on.
Oh, never mind.
I just want to point
was,
something out. Lawrence had nothing to point
I
out.
had nothing
That's
to
all.
point out. No.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Good job.
Yeah, but that was a really weird sentence in the KJV. But basically, which is better for you, that all 70 of the sons of Jerubbaal rule over you, or that one rule over you? That's just easier to understand.
So
What are you doing?
You guys have a mouse in front of his face.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, get that mouse out of his face.
Someone's trying to pick my nose.
I don't know. Yeah. So I guess like, we should have one ruler instead of
70?
people who can like check ideas off of each
No.
other.
See. Fuck any kind of checks and balances.
Oh.
Okay, no checks and no
No
balances.
checks.
Not in
balances.
this system.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
You know,
we'll see what
I'm
they
sure
say.
God's got a plan.
Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spake of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech. For they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal-berith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him.
So I like mine better, because it says, and they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal-berith, which Abimelech hired worthless and reckless followers
Hooray!
who followed him. He
Those are my
hired
kind of
his
people.
following.
So it's like a D&D campaign. They
Yes,
get a bunch
it
of
is.
silver coins, and then they go off to hire some goons.
Goons.
They were basically murder hobos.
Yeah.
That's D&D. Especially an evil campaign.
Ooh. And he went unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. Okay.
Okay, so one got away from this, let's just say it was a sudden slaughter.
Sudden slaughter.
Yeah.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
It's like Sergeant Slaughter, but
A
sudden.
You know, a surprise battle. Not.
No, not even a surprise battle, just a surprise.
You're dead.
Yeah, you're all dead.
Just assassinated.
Okay. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Millo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood on top of the Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice, and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that God may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign thou over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? And the trees said to the fig tree,
What?
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 Are we just not going to talk about? Can we talk about that?
Take 10 steps back.
So Jotham's giving this speech, and
Right.
he's talking about the trees which are trying to appoint a king over all the trees.
What?
As a metaphor for this situation where Abimelech has hired his following who are appointing him a king.
Okay, so it's a metaphor, but
Right.
this is a really weird metaphor.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
And the trees said to the fig tree,
the trees said to the fig tree, Come thou and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? And then the trees said to the vine, Come thou and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheereth God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, Come thou and reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then it come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon.
So he has this weird metaphor, and
is
I think it's
terrible.
obviously about Israel.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the vine is. Is that Judah, maybe?
So they're reaching
I don't know.
out for a legitimate leader.
The
and-
grapevine or the olive branch, both are vines, and they're both symbols of peace. The other
Yeah.
one is a war kind of thing. Bramble is notoriously stabby.
Yeah, so, they go with the bramble because it's the only one that's actually willing to do it.
Right. I'm
Kind of like Trump.
Oof.
But the bramble is also threatening to murder the other trees, the cedars, right?
Yeah, kind of like Trump.
Kind of like
Alright,
Trump.
so I'm trying to find something because I have this commentary,
Yeah.
Erdman's Bible commentary. So I'm trying to find something about these trees. So the verses start around like what, chapter 7? Yeah. So I'm just looking for something here. And this is chapter 9. Yeah.
It would have been much easier
Verses
for him
7.
to just, talk about the Asherah trees, right?
Right.
How
That does come up later.
How about those Shittim trees?
But I think it was the fig tree was a common metaphor for Israel. So I get that, but it is still a really strange narrative. So I'm trying to find something on this. Okay. Abimelech's story is a study in the consequences of unworthy humanly appointed leadership with the parable of Jotham, what we just read, providing the theological key to its meaning. The bramble's acceptance of the proposition that a king be appointed over the trees, and its subsequent suggestion that the other lofty trees come and partake of its shade, are obviously portrayed as absurd. Of course, kingship is clearly not for Israel, since only the most unsuitable candidate, unworthy and unable to fulfill the responsibilities of the task, would accept the role. The loftier, superior person would have a good sense to deny the offer and continue with his more useful natural role. Israel has already been shown a suitable mode of leadership. The pursuit of kingship is both necessary and dangerous, and Abimelech is the bramble who amply demonstrates this danger.
Right.
So that's that.
So,
wow.
what I said with more words.
Yeah.
But, okay. Now, therefore, if you've done truly and sincerely, in that you've made Abimelech king, and if you dealt well with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father fought for you, and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian, and ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons, 70 persons, upon one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of his maidservant, king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If ye then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal, and with his house this day, then rejoice ye in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech, and devour the men of Shechem, and the house of Millo, and let fire come out of the house, let fire come out from the men of Shechem, and from the house of Millo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away, and fled, and went to Beer, and dwelt there, for fear of Abimelech his brother. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel, then God sent an evil spirit. God controls evil spirits now.
Yep, he sent an evil spirit. Let's see what God does with this evil spirit.
God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech. That the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech, their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem sent liars in wait for him in the top of the mountains, and they robbed all that came along the way by them.
So hold on. Your translation says liars. Does it mean liars as in like someone who lies?
Liers.
Liers.
The instrument?
Interesting.
No,
No.
that's spelled with a Y.
The
Yeah.
bird.
Because I just have the translation men.
Is it the bird?
That well, I don't think so. I don't. Why would it be a bird?
I don't know. There's a lyre bird. It's
And
spelled-
the leaders of Shechem put men in ambush against him on the mountaintops, and they robbed all who passed by them along the way.
And it was told Abimelech.
Yeah. So that's just interesting. I don't know if that word means the same thing. But we can pull up. You know what? I'm actually going to look for. If you keep reading, I'm going to look for. Wait, no. I got it. They're someone in the chat said lion wait. So like they're liars.
Oh,
That makes
okay.
sense.
That
Man,
makes
there's too
Because
many of
that
those.
that's weird, but okay.
This is the fourth
go on.
one.
Okay. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, came with his brethren and went over to Shechem. And the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out into the fields and gathered their vineyards and trode the grapes and made merry and went into the house of their gods and did eat and drink and cursed Abimelech. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, said, Who is Abimelech? And who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the son of Jerubbaal, and Zebul his officer? Serve the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem, for why should we serve him? And would to God these people were under my hand, then I would remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, Increase thine army, and come out. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gaal, the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled. And he sent messengers unto Abimelech privily, saying, Behold!
Behold!
Behold, yes.
Behold.
Gaal, the son of Ebed, and his brethren be come to Shechem. And behold,
Behold!
Behold.
Behold.
they fortify the city against thee. Now, therefore, up by night, thou and the people that is with thee, and lie in wait in the field. And it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, thou shalt rise early and set upon the city, and behold!
Behold!
Behold.
When he and the people that is with him come out against thee, then mayest thou do to them as thou shalt find occasion. Okay.
So let's just kind of talk about what has been going on here. So Abimelech seems to be pissing everybody off.
Mhm.
Then everyone's like, "Come at us, bro."
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
And then they're kind of like setting up against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaal, the son of Ebed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also Zebul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zebul, the ruler of the city.
Yeah.
And Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, went out and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold!
Behold!
Behold.
Behold.
There come people down from the top of the mountain. And Zebul said to him, Thou seest the shadow of the mountains, as if they were men. And Gaal spake again and said, See, there come people down by the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Meonanim. Then said Zebul to him, Where is now thy mouth wherewith thou said, Who is Abimelech, that we should serve him? Is not this the people that thou hast despised? Go out, I pray now, and fight with them. And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him, and many were overthrown and wounded, even into the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Arumah, and Zebul thrust out Gaal and his brethren, that they should not dwell in Shechem.
So wait, hold on. So
Rebellion is bad. That's the moral of the story.
so Zebul and Abimelech are in cahoots, and
Yeah.
so Zebul is saying is pretty much what's it called gaslighting. He's gaslighting Gaul because Gaul like sees them coming down, and Zebul's like, no, you're fucking crazy. Those are like shadows and shit. You're fucking insane.
Yeah.
Just to screw this guy over.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yep. And then he's like, oh yeah, you go out and fight him alone.
Yeah, go.
You'll win.
You got this, buddy. You got
God
this.
is on your side probably in this book.
Yeah. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech. And he took the people, and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field, and looked, and behold,
Behold!
Behold.
Behold.
the people were come forth out of the city, and he rose up against them and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with him rushed forward, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields, and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day. He took the city, and slew the people that were there, and beat down the city, and sowed it with salt. And
Wow.
when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into a hold of the house of the god Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech gat him up to the Mount Zalmon, he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bow from the trees, and took it, and laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, What ye have seen me do, make haste and do as I have done.
So he wants people to just start cutting down trees?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all the people likewise cut down every man in his bow, and followed Abimelech, and put them into the hold, and set the hold on fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died also, about 1,000 men and women.
So they just set this building on fire. That's what it looks like.
After cutting the arms off of people.
You know, I think underplayed here, maybe by you guys, is just that they salted the city. They sowed it with salt, which is worse than just salting it. Sowing it with salt means that they literally tilled the land and salted it, then tilled it some more, so that it's completely unusable for up to 200 years.
200. Where'd you get that number?
Check it out. Go look online. Some of those cities that have been salted still have a hard time having any plants grow in them.
Okay.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I figured they're just making it barren.
Yeah, they're ruining it
I'm
for
more
everyone.
struck by the fact that they dismembered people and set them on fire.
Well,
there's
that's
that
pretty bad.
too.
That's pretty-
And, all the war, and the treachery, and the violence, and the murder.
This is the Bible, guys. It's such a
Hashtag blame the Bible.
Hashtag blame the Bible. Yes, there it is.
About 1,000 men and women. That sucks. Then went Abimelech to Thebez, and camped against Thebez, and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and thither fled all the men and women, and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and gat them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came unto the tower, and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily to the young man, his armor-bearer, and said unto him, Draw thy sword and slay me, that the men say not of me, a woman slew him.
Really?
It's like, fucking, don't let anybody know.
Yep. Of course, it's recorded right here.
Right.
In the Bible.
Like, this changes things, though, because technically she is still responsible for him having to ask for someone else to kill him. So
Yeah. It's still her responsibility. I mean, it's understandable, granted that he just slaughtered everyone in the city and the last people are in this tower.
Hey guys, according to Call of Duty, he got the assist.
And his young man thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. Thus God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did to his father, and in slaying his 70 brothers, and all the evil of men of Shechem did God render unto their heads. And upon them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal.
So basically, the moment that they fight back and actually are able to kill the leader,
Yes.
God's like, I will make you evil again.
Yeah.
Because he literally, and God also made all the evil of the men of Shechem return on their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham.
Yeah.
So,
Which,
there you go. Thanks, God.
honestly, that just sounds anti-Semitic, you know. You know, they talk about, like, the Sheeny curse.
The
right?
Sheeny?
Yeah.
What the hell is the Sheeny?
It's, you know,
No.
No, I don't know.
oh,
Tell me about...
you should
No.
watch Clerks too.
Okay.
I have. I still don't get it.
I've just seen the first one.
Oh. Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure you can surmise.
No.
No.
Sheeny curse.
Help?
Sheeny curse?
Yeah, it's a curse.
Right, it's a curse.
So what does it
Yeah.
do?
But what is...
Well, it
does
doesn't
mean
do anything specifically. It's a curse. It's a generic curse. Like this group is, you don't want to do anything with them because they'll
It's their
put the Sheeny curse
but-
on you.
Okay, fine.
Like
okay.
a gypsy curse, right?
Is it like
It's
cooties?
generic, but another
no,
name?
it's not like cooties. It's a curse.
Okay.
Whatever, they're the
Whatever.
same.
Right? So it's,
Just a generic curse. Gotcha.
yeah, Jotham's curse.
Okay. So that was chapter 9, and we have 25 watchers, which means we should see 25
we
likes.
just got an amazing comment from Hislam. My real name means dark-haired Prince of Peace. Many have come in my name, but do they tell you not to breed? 666 is about carbon. 6 protons.
Wow.
6 electrons.
Whoa.
6 neutrons.
Oh my goodness.
Flesh. All of us.
Oh, boy.
Satans.
Oh man.
What an
Amazing.
amazing comment.
Amazing. That was the best logic I've ever seen.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So yeah, drop a like if you guys haven't.
That's the end of chapter 9.
That is the end of chapter 9. And remember, I'm actually going to start taking count of these. But if we get enough $6.66 super chats,
You get 6 of them in a day.
okay. Is 6 enough?
Yeah. That was the one we said before.
No, I don't think we ever set a number for it.
Was $6,666.
I thought it was
66 cents.
I thought it was $666.
Who cares?
Whatever. Either way, we get enough of those. We're
Oh,
gonna,
there's one.
Thank
one.
you, DB Cisco.
Praise the carbon.
There we go.
But
So,
if we,
sir,
if
yeah.
we get
So,
enough of those, we'll do a fucking summoning. We'll try to do a summoning. At least.
yes, as we
Yeah.
know, those probably won't work. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Give it all science. Science and see
We're
if
gonna
it
science
works.
the shit out of it.
Yeah. We made it a monster. We're sorry. We know what'll happen.
Man, if we accidentally summon Lucifer.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to use a lot of carbon.
Yeah,
Yep. Guys,
We'll just fill this studio with carbon
totally.
sweet.
All right. Chapter 10.
monoxide.
You're awful.
After Abimelech there arose to save Israel Tola, the son of Puah, son of Dodo, a man of Issachar, and he lived at Shamir in the hill country of Ephraim.
Lord.
That was all weird. What?
Tola, the son of Puah, the son of Dodo.
Yeah, a
That's
man of Issachar.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And he judged Israel 23 years. Then he died and was buried at Shamir.
Sweet.
Thank you, Antisocial Atheist, for your donation of $6.66.
Is it socialist?
No, it's Antisocial Atheist now.
Oh, wow.
Either this is a different person or the same guy changed his name.
I like it
And we have
either
two
way,
people with
thanks.
very similar.
I have the Lesser Key of Solomon, and we will do a video or even a live stream where we do some magic ritual once we get enough 666.
You're getting close, guys.
Yeah.
We are getting close.
You got 2 already.
I'll start like recording these. We'll just do like a total.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Where was I?
Who knows?
But they didn't. See, here's the weird thing. So this little section right here is referred to as the minor judges, because they don't really have much to them. So we just learned about Tola, right?
Yeah.
And he died.
Yeah.
Already.
And Abimelech.
No, Abimelech died in the last chapter.
Yeah, I know, but we learned a lot about him before
Exactly. We learned a lot
whipped out.
about Abimelech.
Yeah.
So these are the
Not
minor
the
judges.
original Abimelech.
No, Abimelech 2, Electric
Abimelech
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo, yeah.
Yes.
After him arose Jair the Gileadite, who judged Israel 22 years, and he had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys.
Wow.
And they had 30 cities called Havoth Jair to this day.
Reuben, does yours say 30 asses?
Which verse is it exactly? To this.
4, 10-4. Ha, 10-4.
10-4.
It says he had 30 sons that rode on 30 ass colts.
Ass colts.
Ass
Okay.
colts.
Ass colts.
Yeah. To this day, which are in the land of Gilead. I wonder if those are still there. And Jair died and was buried in Kamon. That was nice.
GG, bro.
So apparently So he ruled for quite a long time, and his family ruled a good portion of the land, but this is all we get about this guy.
So I get it. This is the blooper reels for the judges.
The people of Israel again did what was evil in the sight of the Lord.
Great.
And served the Baals and the Ashtaroth, the gods of Syria, the gods of Sidon, the gods of Moab, the gods of the Ammonites, and the gods of the Philistines. And they forsook the Lord and did not serve him. So the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel once again. And he sold them into the hand of the Philistines and into the hand of the Ammonites, and they crushed and oppressed the people of Israel that year. For 18 years they oppressed all the people of Israel who were beyond the Jordan in the land of the Amorites, which is in Gilead. And the Ammonites crossed the Jordan to fight also against Judah and against Benjamin and against the house of Ephraim, so that Israel was severely distressed. So, of course, because they start, this theme is recurring, they start worshiping other gods, and then they get destroyed. Sounds like...
People worship other gods in the U.S.
No, I know, but
And
I'm talking about the biblical narrative.
Yeah, but they worship other gods in England.
Right.
And they worship other gods in Africa.
This is the Holy Land.
The Holy Land.
Yeah, man, you got to take this really...
You got to take it literally, Reuben.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the people of Israel cried out to the Lord, saying, "We have sinned against you because we have forsaken our God and have served the Baals." Yeah, I know. what
They've
that sounds
served the balls. Oh man, that's great.
like. From Kiwi, sorry I spent $4.66 on alcohol. Hey, you
Yeah.
know what? That's pretty good. That is a good thing to spend money
Oh, man, all right.
Thank you very much.
Fair enough, thank you.
on. Where the fuck was I? So they're serving the Baals, and obviously that just means that's just a title for these other gods.
It was
Cold. And the Lord said to the people of Israel, "Did I not save you from the Egyptians and from the Amorites, and from the Ammonites and from the Philistines?" Well, I mean, they just got destroyed by those guys. So no.
No. Well,
Seems like he's very hot and cold with this. Like, I'll save you from these dudes, but then we're gonna let them do bad shit to you again.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Sidonians also, and the Amalekites and the Moabites oppressed you, and you cried out to me, and I saved you out of their hand. Yet you have forsaken me and served other gods. Therefore, I will save you no more. Oh, this has got to be good, because obviously he does end up saving them a few more times. Go and cry out to the other gods whom you have chosen. Let them save you in the time of your distress. And the people of Israel said to the Lord, we have sinned. Do to us whatever seems good to you.
Oh, man!
Only please deliver us this day. So,
whatever.
So basically, I mean, I was reading a little bit about this before, and they were kind of like spoiled children. They're like, okay, we're sorry, just do whatever, just please help us out now.
Yeah.
Let's see what God does.
He flips the script.
So they put away the foreign gods from among them and served the Lord. And
so when they put away the foreign gods, that means literally they removed the statues.
Probably. There's definitely
we've said that
this might
before,
be part of
I think.
that,
Yeah.
but they're definitely not worshiping those other gods. But in this narrative, God is telling them to go ask their gods to help them out, which presumes that those gods are in fact real, just as real as this one.
Or
because
he's trying to teach them a lesson that they're not.
No. The lesson is that he should be worshipped, not that they don't exist.
Well, what's up, Ruben?
Yeah, what's
This
so funny?
is the best commentator we've ever had. Revelations 2:9 and 3:9 instruct the fake Jews of the synagogue of Satans to send single sanctified sexy secretaries, SSSS, to worship at my feet. Look that up and read until they are here, from Hislam.
Wow, you get the weirdest
Man,
comments
I
now.
would love some of those single sanctified sexy secretaries.
I could use 2. How do I get them?
So they put away the foreign gods from among them and served the Lord. And and this is interesting. I actually put something up on this. And he became impatient over the misery of Israel.
Mine says his soul was grieved for the
Yes,
misery.
exactly. What does yours say, D?
He could bear the misery of Israel no longer.
Right. So that could mean a lot of things. There are a lot of implications here.
Mm-hmm.
So either like he was actually saddened by this, or he just got really tired of them complaining.
Who isn't at this point?
Well,
Jeez.
right. So I did. I'm pretty sure I pulled something up on this. I had a whole fucking shtick on this.
I gave them free will, and all they've done is complain. I have to keep reminding them of stuff I did like a year ago, in my perspective.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they wouldn't be so miserable if you stopped like sending people to like beat them up and set them on fire and shit.
So here.
Yeah.
So here is a little section from Erdman's Bible commentary. The only positive thing in their favor is that they, quote, put away the foreign gods from among them and worship the Lord. And it is in response to this activity that we appear to see a change. We appear to see a change of heart in Yahweh, who, according to the NRSV, I don't think any of us have the NRSV. That's the New Revised Standard Version.
Oh, we should get
Quote,
that.
could no longer bear to see Israel suffer. However, and that's translation you have, D, right?
Yeah.
However, could no longer bear may be a tame translation of a Hebrew verb which refers to the shortening of patience or endurance. The RSV, for instance, had, and he became indignant over the misery of Israel. This raises an important question. Is Yahweh short of patience given the hostilities raised against Israel, i.e. sympathetic to their misery and unable to tolerate their cries any longer? Or is he short-tempered, exasperated, and indignant with Israel's profession of misery, given their calculated repentance? The latter option seems the most likely. His ambiguous activity in the remainder of the narrative can be seen as being born out of this exasperated anger, for this tale teaches Israel a lesson in divine independence and the dangerous folly of attempting to control God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
So, and apparently we'll see a little more of that in the coming chapters. Then the Ammonites were called to arms, and they encamped in Gilead. And the people of Israel came together, and they encamped at Mizpah. And the people, the leaders of Gilead, said to one another, "Who is the man who will begin to fight against the Ammonites? He shall be head over all the inhabitants of Gilead." So now we have these guys preparing for war, and they are trying to find a ruler.
Yep. And that's the end of chapter 10. If you're enjoying the stream so far, give us a like. We've got 29 viewers. We should have 29 likes, unless you don't like it.
If you don't like it, we don't even care if you leave a dislike.
Yeah.
No, that's a type of viewer interaction.
Yeah, that's viewer interaction. That's
use
more views for
your
us.
opinions.
Yep.
We're not going to tell you what to think.
Yeah.
Share it with friends, family, neighbors, countrymen, ex-girlfriends, estranged children, you know, anyone who might listen to you in any language.
Oh,
Maybe a deceased grandmother,
Yeah.
you know, share it on her Facebook page.
absolutely. That's a great way of advertising.
Go to your go to your public library. Leave us up on on the computers. You know, good
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Go to the Apple Store and just
Ooh,
put us up on
That's
every
a
single
good idea.
I'm
we
sure
should
that's
do that.
been working.
We should do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
So I actually have a story that I forgot about.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So at UWM, you know, there are a lot of protesters, a lot of very.
Oh yeah, Brother Jeb was there.
Yeah, Brother Jeb. I actually spoke to Brother Jeb.
Oh.
And guess what he did?
What?
He defended slavery.
He did?
Yep.
Great.
I mean, biblically, you know what? He's he's justified in that, and I'd say justified in a very loose way.
Because you're
But
so
it's-
anti-slavery on this channel, it's kind of frightening.
But he was like, there are contexts in which it's okay to own people, and I'm like, I can't think of one. Like, none of the stuff described. And he tried to bring up like indentured servitude, and I'm like, it doesn't say indentured servitude.
It says slaves
It
right
says
here.
when you buy people. That's
Yeah.
slavery. But anyways, that was fun.
Well, you know, if they want to live in that society,
They can go do that.
yeah, they can.
I
They
will-
can go be slaves if they
Yeah,
want.
go ahead.
Now, Brother Jeb specifically, I don't know if there's a video out there that says this about him, but Brother Jeb has a master's degree in psychology.
Really?
Yeah.
And Brother Jeb's
PhD.
master's thesis
Yeah.
was a first-hand account of the subjective effects of smoking seven joints of marijuana consecutively. A university gave him a degree for that.
You know what's really interesting? Because when I was talking to this guy, he's like pretty old now, but he was like talking about his younger days, and you can't say this guy isn't a character,
No.
because he really
He has
is.
a staff.
He has a staff, and whenever he talks about his car, I forget what it is, but it's like a 1978 something or other, and he's like gets up like this, and he's like, in my 1978 Ford something or other, like, and every single time he's always like that. He is a fucking character. It was really amusing. And
Yeah.
he talked about how he was like banging all the chicks in his young days, and I was like, what the fuck happened to this guy?
He smoked 7 joints consecutively.
That you know what? I think we now have an answer to that question. You end
What
up
does it
like
do?
Brother Jeb now.
You know what my favorite thing is when they emphasize the sin in Wisconsin.
Oh my god.
It's bad.
Holy shit.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, chapter 11. Our guest
Yes,
will
our guest.
be performing this one.
Performing.
So excited, so very excited, because I read a little bit of this morning, and you know, we've got harlots involved. I'm a big fan of harlots
Yeah, me too.
myself. So do you want me to just dive into it?
Yeah, and remember, you can stop at any time to add
Oh.
commentary and stuff.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
you doing that arm thrust looks hilarious. I'm watching that. Oh, that's hilarious.
All right.
Please
Well,
continue.
I guess the title is Jephthah and the Ninth Judge. Now, Jephthah the Gileadite was a valiant warrior but he was the son of a harlot, and Gilead was the father of Jepthah. Gilead's wife bore him sons, and when his wife's sons grew up, they drove Jepthah out and said to him, "You shall not have an inheritance in our father's house, for you are the son of another woman." The Jepthah
Ooh.
Yeah, he got burned.
Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah.
Mine says a strange woman.
No, I got another woman. But strange woman, I like strange women.
You're the son of a strange woman.
Wow.
Yeah, you could call her strange. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Is that where the term strange came from? Like, I'm gonna go get some strange, man. Need some strange.
You know, it's totally possible.
Yeah, I mean, it means foreign. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's a
get
biblical
some of that
term.
Strange.
Some of that's strange. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, so Jephthah fled from his brothers and lived in the land of Tob, and worthless fellows gathered themselves about Jephthah, and they went out with him.
Worthless fellows. So I'm guessing just his friends.
Yeah, this must be like what we were talking about before, the reckless and worthless people
Yeah.
that were helping out whatever that dude's name was. Worthless
Maybe,
people are
So
useful,
maybe
I
they're just
guess.
foreigners or something.
maybe it means people who literally don't have money. Like,
Yeah, that's
homeless people.
Yeah, it could be
Maybe he has like a homeless army.
that. Ooh, a homeless army.
Oh man, it really is those hobos.
It's got me thinking about Hobo Shotgun, or was it Hobo with a Shotgun? Great
Yeah.
movie.
That's a great one.
So I guess here's the next part. It came about after a while that the sons of Ammon fought against Israel. When the sons of Ammon fought against Israel, the elders of Gilead went to get Jephthah from the land of Tob. And they said to Jephthah, "Come and be our chief, that we may fight against the sons of Ammon." Then Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "Do you not hate me and drive me from my father's house? So why have you come to me now when you are in trouble?" The elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "For this reason we have now returned to you, that you may go with us and fight with the sons of Ammon and become head over all the inhabitants of Gilead."
So this is really weird because they didn't like that he was that he had a different mother than they did, and they drove him out. But then now they are in times of peril, and this guy, so Jepthah pretty much took along with him these worthless people. So that probably made at least in the context of this, it probably made up a substantial portion of the population. So now, since they're going into war, they don't have all these people that they could just throw as a human wall against the Ammonites. So they're like, please come back because they, and it's really weird that they're saying that he's going to be the leader. I like this. Would this ever fucking happen? Anything like this?
Well, they were looking for a leader, and obviously,
I know,
mean,
but
chapter 9 had that whole
Yes,
tree
Lawrence.
thing.
Lawrence.
So it's a continuous theme in the story.
Lawrence. If I went to LA and I had a few thousand extra bucks and I went around giving hobos $100 bills to go in my army, I'm sure they'd join up for a few days.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure. That's not what I'm curious about. Like, but anyways,
You would
they
have
want
a
them to be
truly
leader.
fearless
Why
army.
did they? Like, he makes a really good point. He's like, you said that I'm the son of a whore, basically, and you kicked me out of this land, and now that I've got all these murder hobos around me and we're sort of doing our own thing, now you want me to be your king? Like, that's a pretty extreme step in, like, the complete opposite direction.
Yeah. I wish someone would offer me that. Like, I got all these
Murder hobos.
around me.
Murder hobos is key, man.
That's how you become king.
Oh, God.
Let's continue.
So Jephthah said to the elders of Gilead, "If you take me back to fight against the sons of Ammon, and the Lord gives them up to me, will I become your head?" The elders of Gilead said to Jephthah, "The Lord is witness between us. Surely we will do as you have said." Then Jephthah went with them to the elders of Gilead, and the people made him head and chief over them. And Jephthah spoke all his words before the Lord of Mizpah.
So the thing is, this is kind of weird because in the narrative it says like if you bring me home again to fight against the Ammonites and the Lord gives them over to me, I will be your head. So, but then before the war even begins, he's their head.
Well, he's acting commander-in-chief, but that doesn't mean he's king.
And they made him head and leader over them.
Are they just telling the story out of order, or are we just supposed to assume that he already did that?
I don't know. I think it goes into the actual war part, but I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing I noticed.
I mean, is it... Okay, the people made him head and captain over them, but my translation doesn't say king. I mean, mine says captain.
Right. Mine doesn't say king anywhere. It just says leader. I'll be your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine
Either
says
way.
chief.
Chief. Okay. I have no idea.
Head
I
king.
think
Well,
it's like a war chief.
It's probably like just commanding the army or something.
All right.
Okay, let's go on. It was just weird.
Yeah. Now Jephthah sent messengers to the king of the sons of Ammon, saying, "Where is between you and me that you have come to fight against my land?" The king of the sons of Ammon said to the messengers of Jephthah, "Because Israel took away my land when they came up from Egypt, from the Arnon as far as the Jabbok and the Jordan. Therefore, return them peaceably now." But Jephthah sent messengers again to the king of the sons of Ammon, and they said to him, "Thus says Jephthah, Israel did not take away the land of Moab, nor the land of the sons of Ammon. For when they came up from Egypt, and Israel went through the wilderness to the Red Sea and came to Kadesh, the Israel sent messengers to the king of Edom, saying, 'Please let us pass through your land.' But the king of Edom would not listen. And they also sent to the king of Moab, but he would not consent. So Israel remained at Kadesh. Then they went through the wilderness
so
and
just
around the land of...
Just to
Huh?
pause you for a second, we kind of pulled up a map here. Sadly, the map doesn't have the Jabbok.
Check the blue book.
Oh, that's right. It does have a bigger, more in-depth map.
Zoomed in.
Yeah. Oh, here. You know what? They have an entire map portion here just called the Exodus. Oh my God! And they have like a fucking route.
Here, hold it up.
Obviously, this
Put it up to your
route
camera.
isn't from evidence or anything. This is just from the narrative. Do you see it fine, Chris?
Closer if you can.
Yeah.
That's better. All
But
right.
yeah, that's the map crossing 2 pages. So the Jabbok. See if you can find a fucking Jabbok on here. But
Yeah, Jabbok.
yeah. Let's see. Just to refresh my memory here, because Israel, on coming up from Egypt, took away my land from the Arnon to the Jabbok.
So that's the Asmon,
Yeah.
but not the Arna.
Yeah, I can't see Arnon or Jabbok on here. Okay. Whatever. Fuck
Damn.
it. We tried.
We tried.
Yeah.
So this is like some kind of dispute over land, and I guess Jephthah's saying that no, we didn't take your land. Like this is some kind of misunderstanding. We were just trying to come through peacefully.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently. So, let's continue.
All right, I think I left off at verse 18.
Yeah.
Then they went through the wilderness and around the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came to the east side of the land of Moab, and they camped beyond the Arnon. But they did not enter the territory of Moab, for the Arnon was the border of Moab. And Israel sent messengers to Siphon, king of the Amorites, the king of Heshbon, and Israel said to him, "Please let us pass through your land to our place." But Sihon did not trust Israel to pass through his territory, so Sihon gathered all his people and camped in Jahaz and fought with Israel. The Lord, the God of Israel, gave Sihon and all his people into the hand of Israel, and they defeated them. So Israel possessed all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that country. So they possessed all the territory of the Amorites, from the Arnon as far as the Jabbok, and from the wilderness as far as the Jordan, since now the Lord, the God of Israel, drove out the Amorites from before his people Israel. Are you then to possess it? Did I skip something there?
No, it's just there's some weird sentence structures. So basically, it's a dispute over some land, but they did take the land, but only after the people of the land tried to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we want to come through peacefully. And they're like, no, man, we don't trust you. It's like, all right, we're going to kick your ass and take your land now.
Well,
because they kind of earned it at that point.
It seems like they were really persistent about it, that the Israelites were really persistent about it. And they just, what's his name, Sihon?
Sihon.
Yeah. He got really annoyed and just decided to go to war, as you do. That's the style at the time. All right, I guess let's continue.
Yeah. Do you not possess what Chemosh, your God, gives you to possess? So whatever the Lord our God has driven out before us, we will possess it. Now, are you any better than Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab? Did he ever strive with Israel, or did he ever fight against them? While Israel lived in Heshbon and its villages, and in Aroer and its villages, and in all the cities that are on the banks of Arnon, 300 years, why did you not recover them within that time? I therefore have not sinned against you, but you are doing me wrong by making war against me. May the Lord the judge today between the sons of Israel and the sons of Ammon. But the king of the sons of Ammon disregarded the message which Jepthah sent him.
So that's very ominous, because it looks like Jepthah wants peace, which is new.
Yeah.
And it seems like this guy's having none of it. But as we can kind of see, this is like a retelling of of where Israel was in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just something interesting to note. It's just a short retelling.
Yes.
Okay.
Jephthah's tragic vow, verse 29. Now the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, so that he passed through Gilead and Manasseh. Then he passed through Mizpah of Gilead, and from Mizpah of Gilead he went on to the sons of Ammon. Jephthah made a vow to the Lord and said, if you will indeed give the sons of Ammon into my hand, then it shall be that whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the sons of Ammon, it shall be the Lord's, and I will offer it up as a burnt offering.
So let's keep a pin in that, because this is the interesting part, and I'm
very important.
Yeah, this is important. Some shit's about to go down. He's saying he's going to sacrifice the next thing that comes out of his house.
Oh man, that could be anything.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's continue.
If I were him, I would have picked someone else's house. I'd be like, maybe someone else's house is better. Oh, God. So Jephthah crossed over the sons of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord gave them into his hand. He struck them with a very great slaughter from Aroer to the entrance of Minnith, 20 cities, and as far as Abel Keramim. So the sons of Ammon were subdued before the sons of Israel. When Jephthah came to his house at Mizpah, behold, behold, his daughter was coming out to meet him with tambourines and with dancing. Now she was his one and only child. Besides her, he had no son or daughter. When he saw her, he tore his clothes and said, "Alas, my daughter, you have brought me very low, and you are among those who trouble me, for I have given my word to the Lord, and I cannot take it back."
So I like how he's like blaming her. It's like he made the deal, and then he was bummed when it went sour. And he was like, "You bitch, you bring me sadness."
You make me low, bitch.
Well, you know, if you were coming home victorious from war, you'd probably want to burn a few of your children, too.
Wow.
Her response is pretty messed up, though. Like, Bible stories always get me. So she said to him, "My father, you have given your word to the Lord. Do to me as you have said, since the Lord has avenged you and your enemies, the sons of Ammon." She said to her father, "Let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go to the mountains and weep because of my virginity, I and my companions."
So this is kind of, like an out of nowhere thing, that it's suddenly about her virginity.
Yeah.
And in the commentaries I was reading, it was more about purity and like cleanliness, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, that's so sad. She's like, I never got to do the dirty dancing, never got to do anything fun.
Well, that's
now
why
I'm gonna
she
get
needs
burned
2
alive by
months.
my dad.
She needs 2 months. She'll figure it out.
Then he said, "Go." So he sent her away for 2 months, and she left with her companions and wept on the mountains because of her virginity. At the end of the 2 months, she returned to her father, who did to her according to the vow which he had made, and she had no relations with a man. Thus it became a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to commemorate the daughter of Jephthah and Gileadite 4 days in the year. How did they know that she didn't like have a bunch of fun on that mountain with her quote unquote companions?
Because God.
Yeah.
Because God.
Wow. That really sucks. Jepthah's...
Yeah. So when people say, like, because there was that whole thing, like, closer to the beginning where we're talking about Molech and how awful it was to sacrifice children. God took a fucking child sacrifice. He was like, I ain't stopping you. This isn't like
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
And there were all
Isaac and
those
Abraham.
specific laws against sacrificing your children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was just messing with Abraham, but now it's it's all good. Go on.
It's not his fault though. This was like Jephthah, dude. He's like, "Nah, man, that was him. That was his idea."
He fucking took it. He was like, "Okay,
Hey,
I got no problem with
if
this."
you were offered a golden idea that you knew was guaranteed to succeed in the eyes of the Lord, wouldn't you take it in the Bible?
No?
Like I said, I would have picked someone else's house.
That's a good point.
Yeah, like fuck the other guy. I don't like that guy.
Or even like specify that the first
Or
animal,
why did it have to be the first thing out of his fucking house? Like, couldn't he
What a ridiculous thing to promise. Why would you ever promise such a thing?
like, wouldn't you want to sacrifice something when you know what it is you're sacrificing exactly?
Nope, it's the randomness of the sacrifice that God enjoys. It's savorable and pleasurable to the Lord.
Wow.
It's like fucking roulette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hislam says, Jesus Christ is a title I inherited, not Emmanuel's actual name. Was Joseph and Meryl's last name Christ? Jesus Christ. The words mean semen, the seed that saves and is with me only.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Would you like a cookie?
I'm glad that you inherited that title.
That is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations. All right. So now.
Yeah, we're at 39.
Yep.
Yeah, at the end of the 2 months, she returned to her father, who did to her according to the vow which he had made, and she had no relations with a man. Thus it became a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to commemorate I think we already read that.
Yeah, we did.
Commemorate the daughter of Jephthah and Gileadite for 4 days, so that they made a thing about this. This
a
became a
holiday.
practice.
Yeah, it's a thing like, oh no, I can't believe our God took the sacrifice. Oh no.
So with that, we're moving on to chapter 12, the last chapter of the day.
Yes, and this is also where we will see some more minor judges.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll begin reading. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward, and said unto Jepthah, Wherefore passedst thou over to fight against the children of Ammon? And did you not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house upon thee with fire. And Jepthah said to them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called to you, you delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that you delivered me not, I put my life in mine hands, and passed over against the children of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up unto me this day to fight against me? Then Jepthah gathered together with all the men of Gilead, and fought with Ephraim, and the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites, and among the Manassites. And the Gileadites took passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites, and it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, Let me go over, that the men of Gilead said unto him, Art thou an Ephraimite? And if he said, Nay, then they said unto him, Say now, Shibboleth. And if he said, Shibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it
Do you
right.
remember this, Lawrence?
Yes, I remember this.
It's
I
a
was
holy
like,
shit episode, yeah.
Yeah, it was an episode that Chris was in. I
Yeah,
think. You
I
were
was-
in that one.
I was the sound guy for that.
Yeah, I forget the title of it, but the series is called Holy Shit. It was
Oh,
produced
no, that
by-
one was for Batman and Jesus. That one went into Batman and Jesus. With,
Did it?
Yeah, it did.
I don't think that one went into Batman and Jesus.
Are you sure?
I don't remember it in Batman
I
and
remember there
Jesus.
being filmed for two things. I guess it might have been both times. I was sound credited for both things.
Okay.
So I don't. At the same day, it was two shoots. I'm not sure. Anyways, either way, I remember that David Fitzgerald was dressed up in a stupid toga.
Yeah.
And he had the worst fake sword I've ever seen. And
Yeah, it
he
was just like a wooden toy sword.
Yeah, it was really bad. And he was trying to convince Jacob there.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to say Shibboleth right. And he says, well, which word? Shibboleth. Yeah, Shibboleth. I got it. You know,
Yeah.
They just played fun at this part because it's so dumb.
Yeah.
But he
Anyways.
could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan, and there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000.
Oh.
And
So they
Jephthah,
killed 42,000 people for pronouncing the thing wrong.
yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's just
it's
checking.
it's tomato, right?
What if they had like a speech impediment or something? Like they really were from that place. They could totally say it right. They just can't, you know?
Oh, then they're dead.
Yeah.
They
Fucking
stand
dead.
no chance.
Yeah, fuck them.
And Jepthah judged Israel 6 years. Then Jepthah the Gileadite, then died Jepthah the Gileadite, and was buried in one of the cities
Died
of
so
Gilead.
quickly.
And after him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel, and he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons. And he judged Israel 7 years. Then died Ibzan, and he was buried at Bethlehem.
That was even faster.
He had 30 sons
Yeah.
and 30 daughters. So he just shipped off his daughters and had new girls shipped back to marry off to his sons. That's wow.
This was the same kind of thing that happened, I think, in chapter 9, right? Where there's like 30 sons or whatever. And it's like, we're gonna say that he had all these people, the sons and shit, and then was buried and died. And that's all you get to know.
Yeah. And after him, Elon Musk, a Zebulonite, judged Israel. And he judged Israel 10 years. And Elon, the Zebulonite, died and was buried in Aijalon in the country of Zebulun. And after him, Abdon, the son of Hillel, a Pirathonite, judged Israel, and he had 40 sons and 30 nephews that rode on 70 ass colts. And he judged Israel 8 years. And Abdon, the son of Hillel, the Pirathonite, died and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim in the mount of the Amalekites. And that's the end of chapter 12.
So I pulled up Shibboleth here.
Yeah.
Shibboleth.
Yes.
Say it right or you'll
Shibboleth.
die. Say it right
in-
or you'll die.
In the Oxford Companion to the Bible, apparently it means flowing streams or ear of grain. In Judges 12:1-4, troops from Ephraim crossed the Jordan, angry with the East Bank Gileadites for not including them in the Ammonite War, reported in Judges 11. The Gileadites fought the Ephraimites, defeated them, and secured the fords by which the surviving Ephraimites would cross back to their own land. Ephraimites who wanted to escape would simply claim not to be Ephraimites. The Gileadites discovered these imposters by having them pronounce the word written in the Hebrew text as a Sibboleth. That's what it looks like here, apparently. The Ephraimites could not pronounce the word properly, so it's kind of like a test of where you're from, I guess. The Hebrew text represents their pronunciation. It's spelled almost exactly the same, but the
Instead of a shin, it's a sin.
yeah.
Ooh.
The two dialects had different pronunciations for the same word, and the story might mean that the Ephraimites simply slipped and used their own pronunciation. The text implies, however, that the Ephraimites were not able to pronounce a consonant that existed in the Gileadite dialect, the initial sibilant of the word in question. So that's that.
Yep, and that covers all the chapters we wanted to go over today. Was there anything else either of you wanted to say?
No. But since
Well, you didn't even ask him.
well, I mean, for me at least, I'll let him do his thing. So definitely drop a like if you haven't already. If you've been watching for this long, of course you like the stream, you fucking pieces of shit.
Hey.
Of course you like it.
Be nice to them. Just because
That is me being nice.
they consist of that. Just come on. You don't have to point it out every time.
Me calling someone a piece of shit is a good thing.
OT says, I need to have fun after this shit. That's great.
Yeah. All right, so definitely drop a like if you haven't. Share, subscribe, all that stuff. I think we actually,
Did pretty good.
well, I think, obviously we did pretty good. But
We're the best show of this kind.
we're the only show. No, not the only show
Yeah.
of this kind. But
There are other shows
actually,
of
no.
this
I
kind.
think we're kind of the only one of our kind. Whatever we're doing.
It's completely niche in some bizarre fashion.
Yeah. But we hit 8,000 subscribers today.
Woo!
Yeah.
Now,
Hell yeah.
these are not part of the inner circle.
No,
the
they're
inner
not.
circle is the first 5,000 subscribers.
Yep.
But you're welcome to
but
pretend
you are
to be.
part of the outer inner circle.
Ooh.
That
some
will
other-
define that.
Oh no, the
as-
inner outer circle.
Wait, guys, stop.
No, the inner outer circle is later on.
When
Okay.
will
We'll
we
get
have
there.
the innermost outer circle?
Soon.
No.
Good.
No. But it's very cool to see that people are still coming in and at
Having
least
a-
in part enjoying what we do.
And blaming the Bible.
Yeah.
Or if you just watch to like cringe at us, then that's fine too.
That's cool too.
Or if you're just here to hear me, the guy in the background, say stuff, or the guests,
Oh,
shut
shut
that
up,
makes
Chris.
sense, because I don't get it if you're here for Lawrence and Ruben. That doesn't make any sense.
I would agree with that actually.
Yeah. What do you guys, you're here for the guests and my voice. That's what you're here for.
All right. So I think next week we can just go through Samson's story.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
So
not?
yeah, that's what we're gonna do next week, I guess. And next week we're also having Pimp Monk on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's a cool dude. D, you were on the Drunken Peasants.
Dude, I was.
Is
I
the,
totally was.
is the episode posted yet? Or
They streamed it on their underground channel,
gotcha.
and then they had to upload it on the normal channel, so it is up now.
Okay. I'll have to go watch that. But that's fucking awesome.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah,
man.
we're trying our best to get on there. But
AdFriendly AF. Is
Yeah.
the channel name, right?
yeah. Yeah,
I'll
do
throw
it.
myself there in the chat.
Yeah, do your last minute shilling, and then we should be good.
Sounds good. I just want to thank you guys for having me on the show. I think everyone should like, share, subscribe to this channel, and literally share it with everyone because, where else are you going to get like a super honest, like in-depth Bible study from an atheist perspective? Like you guys put it in like such a detailed perspective for me. Like I don't go nearly as deep as you guys do. I consider myself more as a layman, but you guys always impress me with the stuff that you guys are able to put out there, Bible related. So it's great. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I am ad friendly as fuck. I'm not nearly as serious as these dudes. I'm sort of just like an offensive commentary kind of dude on the internet. So if I find something interesting, I'll comment on it. I've recently shat on 9/11. That was my recent video. I had to talk shit about America and our horrible legacy since 9/11. That's sort of the stuff I do. So if you want to come check me out, I'm also on the Morning Wood podcast with Pimp Monk, the guy who's going to be coming on. I guess hopefully soon with you guys, like next week you said or something.
Next week, yeah. He's
So
to
if
be
you want
a
to find me there,
preacher.
go check out Pimp Monk as well on the Morning Wood.
All right.
Excellent.
Yes,
Well,
thanks to
for
DB
coming
Cisco.
on, and
Real quick, thanks to DB Cisco for the 666 as well.
Yes.
and-
Fucking Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah,
that's
if,
right.
if you like what we do, consider becoming a patron. You get lots of cool rewards.
So there's a website.
And entrance into a T-shirt giveaway.
It's called MilwaukeeAtheist.com.
MilwaukeeAtheist.com. We
Yeah.
have a Teespring where we have wacky and fun shirts for the whole family.
And if you did $10 or more, you can get entered into a raffle, who you might get up to a 33% chance of winning a shirt every month. Whoa!
Yeah,
On
whoa.
Patreon.
Yeah.
For $50 a month,
You could be on the show.
be on the show.
We got some
But
slots for that.
for $10,000 a month, if you live in the United States of
Yes.
America, we will personally high-five you at
Some point in the near future.
in the near future.
Yes.
Or
right.
far future.
Well,
It
within a
really-
year.
You know.
Let's say that.
Well,
Or
you'll get
multiple
high
years.
five.
You'll get high-fived. Yeah. Oh, dead or alive.
Dead or alive.
We could if we die.
Either way, man.
If one of us dies, we could always just do a fucking weekend at Bernie's type.
Yeah.
What
everyone
we could
loves
do
that.
is, like, you're not using your left hands. You could just, like,
Donate
cut
that.
it off and then taxidermy it and
All right.
ship it out to people and tell them to ship it back when they're done with it.
Exactly.
All
That's
right.
brilliant.
Well,
All right.
I think that's it for today.
Yes.
You guys ready to lean?
Yes. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for joining us.
Thanks for
And
joining us.
this-
See you next
this thing-
Sunday.
see you